In this day and age, there are more and more women having their voices heard, whether it's for a political matter or a musician on stage. Today's women want equality and respect, and they are getting it. The women in today's media show strength and boldness. We must tell girls their voices are important, says Malala Yousafzai, a young activist from Pakistan. I found statistics from the Express Tribune that Pakistan ranks third for the list on the most dangerous countries in the world for women, says Reuters in June of 2011. It's been 5 years since her diary of living under the dark Taliban rule has been released to the world's media. She was then 13, and since then the world's media has kept a close watch on her. The Taliban targeted Malala for promoting secular education, where she was shot nearly fatally, although she survived and she is now a strong leader more than ever before. She is brave, and clearly she is not afraid of who she is up against. Malala travels the world promoting her rights and what rights the girls deserve in her country. When Malala stood up for her rights, she had a dangerous group who did not like it, but that did not stop her. She was asked several times in interviews to whether or not if she was standing by the name she was born from her father by. The story of her name, Malala, is a girl who stood up for what she believed in and died after leading her country to do the same. Malala assured every person who questioned her that, although she did almost die when she was shot by the Taliban, that she is not going to let them break her again, and that she is here for good. Although Malala is very young at becoming a great speaker at the age of 18, she has received several awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014, Sakharov Prize in 2013, National Malala Peace Prize in 2011, and the Simone de Beauvoir Prize in 2013. All of these prizes promote women's rights, freedom of thought, and of course, peace. Malala Yousafzai is a young, courageous woman who has accomplished so much of her life at such a young age. She is aspiring not only to her country, but others around the world that look up to the strength they see in her. In her textbook, Lucas describes public speaking as offering an opportunity to make a difference in something you care about very much. That most of us would like to make a difference in life and change the world in some small way. Lucas also says public speaking is a vital meaning of civic engagement, that it is a way to express your ideas and to have an impact on issues that matter in society. As a form of empowerment, it can and does often take a difference in things people care about very much. The key phrase is to make a difference. Malala says, "I speak not for myself, but for those without voice, those who have fought for their rights, the right to live in peace, the right to be treated with dignity, and the right to be equal of opportunity, the right to be educated." Malala plans to be able to give this opportunity of equality to all girls, and she has done an amazing job so far. Malala's campaign website states that we're working for 12 years of free, safe, quality education for every girl. Sadly for Malala, the difference from now to 2011 isn't much for violence in Pakistan. On the U.S. passports and international travel website, it states that the Department of State warns that U.S. citizens against all non-essential travel to Pakistan. I see that the journey has not gotten easier for the young activist, although she has kept a strong, bold attitude on her campaign, and she has become quite successful. To first speak to someone about such a topic is so scary to think of where to begin, how to make yourself seem approachable, and where they hear you. On the page of literary devices, it reads, "Rhetoric to be a technique of language. It is used effectively and persuasively in spoken or written form. It is an art of discourse which studies and employs various methods to convince, influence, or please an audience. Sometimes words have to change their approach, which means something deeper, something different, and something that is going to go somewhere." Malala knew that her words needed to go somewhere. She knows how much her approach must be relatable to rhetorical speaking. Words cannot stop after they leave someone's mouth. It is always up to the listeners to pass on what they have heard. Although it is up to a speaker to use language in a rhetorical technique, because then they are attracting the listeners to do what they want within the words. They want to capture the audience and change the world at the same time. Words aren't just words, and no matter what is being said, it is always going to matter. Lastly, a quote from Malala. it is very important to know who you are, to make decisions to show who you are. The decision to continue her journey is a dangerous one. She is truly inspiring. What she does matters around the world, and I deeply hope for Malala to be able to accomplish her great goals and for Malala to change the world.